From dream states to a thundering battle and annoying ass interviews. One I'm glad I didn't dealt with. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Top 5 Touhou Doujin works, the series where I cover doujin works I or you guys have noticed throughout the week and had the need to tell you guys about it. So without further ado, let's begin the Top 5 Touhou Doujin works number 42.
Number 5.
For those not worried, when a main game was announced, many fans, and I included, are super excited to see who the new playable characters are. From veterans to newcomers, it's always an exciting thing to see. For this girl involved in it, however, they can give two shits. And let's just say some girls out there would kill to have any playable spot, let alone the main ones. Remind Me, created by Fuente, stars Chirino, but personally I feel Daisei is the MVP here. Anyway, it begins with some dramatic tale of how 3 times a year they get some proclamation from the gods. Somehow it declared Chirino as the main character for Fairy Wars. As you can tell from the beginning, this takes place back when Fairy Wars was prominent. With the praise Daisei was giving, she received the kindest gift of all. A bitch slap. Yeah, Chirino's a dick here. Pretty much the only person who's not excited about this news is said person themselves. Chirino's not happy that a god decided it for her, wounding her pride. Due to this whole deal, Chirino wants to get back at the 3 fairies on her own accord. And that starts with a little bit of torture. And yeah, it's just Chirino fucking around with the 3 fairies of light, with Daisei being in damage control mode. For me, the MVP is still Daisei. She's gotta deal with a lot of shit, that's for sure.
Number 4.
This next work should be a bit more dreamy, if you will. You might fall asleep after. Okay, not, but still. Kian Passageway, created by Buryusuke. From the title page, you'll see it involves Sagami and Doremi. We learn that Sagami wants to join in Doremi and how she manages the dreams. Doremi isn't sure why Sagami is interested in it, but it doesn't matter. The dreams are her domain, so she's all good. And surprisingly, Sagami is a little girl in this state. Plus, she's much cuter here, so I ain't complaining. Doremi gives an explanation of her duty, how the dream world is another connected world. When we're sleeping, we have dream souls in the dream world, and we don't bump or interfere with another. But there are those who are wary that dreaming. They can be total assholes if they realize that, so Doremi's job is to make sure they don't fuck things up. We learn a little more about the dream souls as Doremi got closer to Gensoku's dream area. She explains further. Dream souls don't normally have a concrete form, but some still retain the form like in the real world, which makes her job harder. Hell, we even see one of Gensoku's crew popping in. Classic Suika. I'm going to leave it there as there's another nuisance in the dream world you guys should see for yourself. And let me tell you this, it's the last person you would expect. A Pokemon master, if you will. Alright, going a little far there, but you'll know what I mean.
Number 3.
If you've been following the series for a while, a lot of the yokais are based on mythology and history. Not any I'm wary of, but obviously since they're primarily based on Japan. So we're gonna have a doujin work that's more geared towards the history aspect of these myths. Oh boy, this might be a rough one for me. Peaceful World, created by Odi Chosuke. The title page shows us all the girls that are going to be featured in this one. It starts with a battle between Suika and some human. This human, on the other hand, is not very humanly, if you get my point. It also gives us brief snippets of history based on the battles. Like right here, it talks about Shuten Doji and her clan being exterminated. There's also a lot of the other shit I don't really get, which sucks, but that's not what I was focusing on. In the next part, we see Nue being defeated. After that, we see her drifting in a boat. It appears it takes us to a certain princess.
Well, excuse me, princess.
A meeting I was not ready for. So Parsley gives a breakdown of her past to Nue. As the two talk with one another, let's just say some fucked up shit happened for Nue. I really don't want to know what the hell happened there. We also get a cut to Moku and see how she's operating in this timeline. She's making bank, I think. Anyway, the point is that Moku finds Nue and Parsi and things are not going to be pleasant for either party. We then get another jump into the past to see another person Moku has interacted with. A very lax monk, if you will. I'm gonna leave it there as I want you guys to check out the rest. Yeah, this work deals with Japanese history. It does give some brief mentions of it, but if you're like me, it's gonna go past your head. Either way, it's still cool to see how these girls could have met up in the past.
Number 2.
Now this next story is more of a lesson, if you will. If you make someone jealous, be prepared for the consequences. Heroic Thunder Girl, created by Kai Kaio. So right off the bat, we can tell shit is gonna go down between Byakuren and Tojiko. Not a battle I was expecting, but we'll take it. How this started out though, well, blame fucking Miko. The Crown Prince was originally supposed to be going out and buying the ingredients for supper. Being super late, Tojiko, Futo, and Kokoro go out and try to figure out what's taking Miko so long. It's there we see the cause of this lateness. Tojiko is definitely not taking any of this shit. Just as Tojiko was about to escort Miko home, Byakuren stopped her, and this is where all hell broke loose. The monk versus the ghost. Thunder versus magic. Whatever catchy theme you can call the battle, use that. These two are not fucking around. They really want blood here. Well, as much blood as a ghost can offer, anyway. Miko, I'm just saying, this is what happens when you go behind people's back. They start to duke the ever-living shit out of each other, I think anyway. So yeah, if you want to see Tojiko and Byakuren battle each other because of the bloody Crown Prince, here you go.
Number 1.
For last work, we're going to be inviting the entirety of the Legacy crew. And let's just say it's gonna be hell for this individual. Akyu's Perfect Memento interviews created by Kusei. With a title page like that, I'm not for sure how I feel about it. We start off at Akyu's place. She received documents about the Legacy crew and was talking about putting them in the Gensokyo Chronicles. Keyword was, until she thought about it. And how they're just incident causing people. She's certainly not wrong about that. Akyu loses it for a moment before Kane puts her back into place. A painful way of doing it though. With that aside, Akyu begins her interview with the Legacy cast, and off the bat I can tell I'm really gonna dig it. Good afternoon! I'm Seiran of the Ego Ravi. I hope today's interview will go... It wasn't me, you know? Yeah, we know. And pretty much it carries its way for all the other characters, each one bringing their own unique characteristics into the mix. None of them very healthy for Akyu, mind you. They really want to stress her out, don't they? Glad I'm not dealing with that interview. No way in hell I would have lasted as long as Akyu did. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which doujin works are you gonna check out later? Would you like to see some more of the dream world with Sagami and Dormy? Do you want to see who wins between Byakuren and Tojiko? Or do you think Akyu is gonna survive her interview with the Legacy girls? If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Or else I'll be made next to interview them. Might as well put me out of my misery at that point. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.